Yes, people, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome back to United View. Welcome to the red carpet. Obviously, we're a couple light because, as Owen just put in the chat correctly, there are people that are disgraces and cheats. They are late. They are late. And we said, you know what? No, we're not standing for it. We're just going to go live, and not keep you guys waiting for much longer. And those guys can join when they get here. You know what I'm saying? So Marcel and KG are. No, we wasn't lying. Joe Blackman says there. They're not lying. No, we're not lying. We're not lying. They are late. Yeah. They have both messaged to let us know they are late as well. So so it's on its way. The full capacity pretty much is on its way. But Minna and Dev are busy today as well. But yeah, soon land. The under-18s are in action at Villa Park. Unfortunately, they're 1-0 down after 4 minutes. Of course, Chido being left in the squad to play for them, a chance to get to a FA Cup Youth final, which would be FA Youth Cup final, which would be massive. So we've got an eye on that as well. We'll bring you updates. I'm sure you guys are watching and we'll keep us updated as well. But to the first team, well, listen, there's been a nice piece by Chris Wheeler about Bruno Fernandes. So I thought we'd talk about that, talk about some of his captain tendencies and all of that. And then the I paper comes out with quite a big statement. What we got?
Yes. Yeah, a big statement when it comes to Kobbie Mainoo. And it's kind of more of the same of, I guess, the chatter in January. And it's this idea that Kobbie Mainoo is not completely safe when it comes to his Manchester United future. Pete Hall, as Flex mentions from the Eye, is saying that Ruben Amorim is not completely convinced Kobbie Mainoo has the fitness levels to be a success in his system. The club would therefore reluctantly sell for offers of around £70 million. It kind of is in keeping what we heard in January, that everyone's got a price, pure profit, etc., etc. Manchester United in the position where nobody's untouchable. They do stress there, reluctantly, they would consider it. But I guess once again, we're chatting about, we kind of touched on this yesterday, actually, didn't we, guys? Talking about Kobbie and talking about his injuries and fitness levels and how he's physically kind of changing.
Can you hear me?
Okay,
can't hear you guys. Interesting.
Turn you down a little bit.
Turn it down. No problem. How about now? Is that better?
That's better. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
He's outrageous.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us now?
Yeah, perfect.
Good setup, actually. Sounds nice. Now.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Thank you.
You're welcome, man. You're welcome. Right, we're just waiting on Marcel, but Owen, sorry, that was mid-sentence. I forgot what you're saying.
It's just 70 million. 70 million. So KG came in like a bowling ball. It just doesn't even. We need to have a conversation about KG the comedian. Yeah. I've removed him from the show. He's a disgrace. He's just a disgrace. That's what he is. Can you imagine him coming in mid-sentence and then he goes 70 million and he goes 70 million for what as well? For what?
I'm not up to date. I'm not going to lie to you, look.
I mean, let's fill him in. Basically, KG, in the I paper just before we went live, there's a story saying that Man United obviously looking to cash in on up to 10 players to raise money. And it goes one further. We'll bring it back up for KG. Pete Hall from the I News says, Ruben Amorim is not completely convinced Kobbie Mainoo has the fitness levels to be a success in his system. The club would therefore reluctantly sell for offers of around 70 million. Now, in the same piece, it talks about Anthony guaranteeing us 40, Rashford guaranteeing us 40, in the same way that we sold Wan-Bissaka, McTominay, and Greenwood last year to raise like 100 million. So we need to do a similar thing. So that bit of it's not news in terms of we better get to work. We need to sell some players. We know this, but the line that Ruben's apparently to the report is going, I'm not sure if he's got the fitness levels. So if a big bid comes in, let him go. So we were just in the middle of basically of that really.
Well, I think he's always been for sale though. They leaked that before. We need to. It's so annoying that there's not enough games to get a good look at some of these players to know what's going on. But then you hear quotes like I saw the Scholes. Scholes said he receives the ball like Zidane or something. Like
he said some mad stuff. Yeah, that's probably
some really high praise, and it's the second season slump. Wharton's had it. A lot of players, will go through this downturn of just being a youngster. And is he really surplus to requirements? Are we just being victims in the moment? The same way our manager didn't realize how to get the best out of Casemiro and he's using him more effectively, do you not think that he will start to understand how to get everything's been rushed, right? I don't know if that's something that you guys have thought about, but Mainoo leaving this club would be weird for me. Like it would be and I understand people are like, oh, but we lose players all the time, but a talent of that level to balance books. Didn't Sir Jim Ratcliffe come out and say something of, we're not going to have to sell our talented youngsters? Like,
well, yeah, for
financial reasons,
for financial reasons, yeah. But this is basically suggesting that Ruben's not really feeling him vibe. This isn't like we're strapped for cash. We have to, like, sorry, kids, 100% profit. Just do it. This is more what the report is saying. It's more of a Ruben thing. He's going, I don't really know if he fits my thing, like, physically. I don't know about.
And there's a similar one about Garnacho as well. So reports in, I think this is in Argentina. I think this is coming out, or certainly Spain. Suggestion that it says Alejandro Garnacho could leave Manchester United in the next transfer window. Ruben Amorim counts on him, but prefers other players in the position. So once again, I suppose similar to the sort of Kobbie rationale. They're going, I like him, young player, but does he really fit in there? Am I sort of squeezing him in? As we've said with Kobbie this season, like, where does he play under Ruben? Does he play in the 8? Does he play in the 10? He's tried him as a striker. Like, how's he kind of fit in there? With Garnacho, we're going, yeah, he's not really a 10, but actually it's been quite beneficial to have him sometimes playing as a 10 because he just naturally starts playing as a winger. In some games we need that. But long term, is he gonna fit? And if the answer is no, do we then bite the bullet and go, well, it's not really what we'd want to do, but it's pure profit and we could get a lot of money and that could get us 2 or 3 players that could actually play in the system? Sort of how I suppose it's one of those ones, once again, isn't it? Going, how wed are we to the 3-4-3 and how wed are we to Ruben? Is it going to be, look, man, coach over players regardless? Or is this reluctance of, yeah, but, like, if it doesn't work out and we sold Kobbie and Garnacho 3 or 4 years' time, would we be regretting that, And that's the sort of the way up.
Can I come in there? Firstly, hello, everyone. Sorry I'm late, Flex. Sorry I'm late. Sorry, like, everyone, really. What the hell? Sorry. But
see, look, that's what Marcel did when he came in. He went, apologies, whatever. KG just ran in and went, can you hear me? I can't hear you. 70 million for what?
Sorry I'm late. The chat, everybody, the whole community. I'm really sorry that I'm late. Forgive me, please. But
forgive me, man.
So thank you, Flex. So I just want to say, yeah, that's a big point. That's a massive point that KG and everyone's kind of made about Kobbie. Does Ruben love Kobbie? Because he doesn't really fit. He doesn't really fit as a 6 out and out, even though for England, he kind of played well in the 6. But, there's 2 6s now /8s in the system. And he hasn't got the dynamic running required to kind of do those shuttles to support the 2 10s and then to get back. We've complained about that. But we see Kobbie as like this enigmatic, and I know I don't even know what that word means fully, but it means big, it means like a
so why are you saying it then? Why are you saying it, bro?
No, but let me run though. Fleck, let me run because you will correct me, Fleck. You will correct me.
I don't know what you just said. I don't know what that even is.
Okay, but you'll still correct me once the chat gets involved. So just let it run and then the chat will help us. So yeah, so he's a big force, Kobbie. He's like ridiculously good, whereas Nacho is like a bit more fixed in terms of his potential. In my opinion, whereas Kobbie's like he can become global. Like every game, he usually does something outstandingly generational. You kind of want to hold on to that and see how much he can evolve. Do you get what I'm trying to say? Whereas Garnacho, it's like we can just see him as a wide player. He's addicted to the touchline and facing up a player with the crowd behind him. Kind of on like that's how his style. He wants to go out to the outside. Whereas Kobbie does something in every single game that's generational. Will Ruben stick to that? Will he see out that process? It's all about process. Will he see out that process? Then you've got what Rona's talking about: wedding and marriage. And being intertwined with somebody. Well, we are intertwined. We should be married to Ruben Amorim, and we should be married to him on the premise, because marriage is, especially football marriage, is conditional. So it should be conditional in the sense that
Marcel spitting.
He's going full tie here. This is on another level. Football marriage.
Thank you very much. It should
keep going, Marcel.
On the basis that you stick to at least your formation, because that was the failure of Ten Hag. He was changing it every 2 minutes. We weren't following the marriage, the vows of the marriage. We weren't following it correctly. So what we should do is, he's been showing us the 3-4-3 is what he's married to. Owen, just to answer what you're saying, he's married to that style of football, and as long as he stays there with that, we can follow this process.
Does anybody here know of reasons not known of why Kobbie should not be wedded to to Ruben's system? Please speak now.
I think, honest, I love that he jumped in. He went, can I jump in on this one? And then start talking about marriage.
Because you mentioned it. Owen, don't do that. Hey, chat. Replay back.
But wait. Let's keep up with this. The thing that obviously weds the player and the club at the end of the day is a contract, right? That's what's going to keep them together. They got to sign that contract. They got to stick around for a long time. Kobbie Mainoo, the only reason the story is even coming up right now is because he's in the middle of contract negotiations. Wouldn't be a story otherwise. That's in the same article. It's all the talk. It's every day. It's, well, they haven't signed it yet. It's been going for a year. Why isn't it done? This naturally casts doubt on the future, long-term future of somebody when they're sitting there in those negotiations back and forth. But I do think it's important to note that, you know, each side has to hold kind of their stance in this. From a United standpoint, they're not going to look at it and say, yeah, we're going to give you as much money as you're asking for because you're the best player we could ever have. It's all perfect and all of that. What if he doesn't agree to the wages that they can offer? You know, they've got to set it up and have their position, which is fair enough. We've put you at a valuation that we're convinced at. Because everything is conditional in that respect. It's all about valuation. You love Kobbie Mainoo at $120,000 a week. You don't love Kobbie Mainoo at $300,000 a week, right? It's not the same thing. They're differences. It's the same when you're buying a player. You love them at $30 million. You don't love them at $70 million. It's a disaster at 70, but it's good at 30. So the finances have to kind of play into that. And I think that he will agree a contract on this. I mean, they're really talking about it. And I think that both sides really want a deal done. But from the club side of it, there's the aspect of he's been injured a lot too. He has missed a lot of games. He's got to come back. Yeah. He's got to play. He's got to get healthy, because it's hard to know where's his best position in team. I mean, you look at Bruno Fernandes. He's played every single game. It took 2.5 months for Ruben to say, you know what, I'm going to move him deeper to make up these gaps, and he's going to start playing really, really well. And he's going to, you know, do better and better. It could take time. I think he'll find Kobbie's place, but you've got to be on the pitch for that to happen too. So I think it all really comes down to the contract, though. They got to, the fact that it's in flux is what leads to the doubts, the discussions, all of that. I think the Garnacho story has a lot more legs in that respect, because he has been in talks with other clubs. He was in talks with Napoli over a contract in January. We're not in discussions over a new deal for him. We do have a bit of an issue where at United right now, we can't score goals. Well, Garnacho's a part of that problem right now rather than the solution. He's not scoring a lot of goals. He's missing a lot. Between him and Højlund, you know, they scored in the last game, but before that, it was 20-plus games without a goal for both of them. There's a lot more leeway in there, and I do agree. I think most of our sentiment, and we talked about this yesterday too, is that I think Kobbie Mainoo is a player I agree I would like to keep for the long term, because I think he could be something special, very, very special. I don't particularly see that with Garnacho. I'm not saying he's not a good player and he won't be a successful footballer, but I think Mainoo is different, is unique, and we don't develop midfielders like that often, and it would be a shame to lose him in a way that we haven't seen in a long time.
Yeah, I agree. I feel I'd like that bit there about him not playing.
Just a thought. Is Garnacho like a little bit disrespected sometimes? Because we like
depends how you speak on him.
I don't know. I just feel like I don't know. It's just
tell us how you feel. What do you feel like? What do you feel like? KG, I know you.
You're holding back. You're holding back here. You're holding back here.
You do this when it's me. You go flex. I know you. No, I feel like you're saying this.
It's a thought that's not finished. But I just feel like maybe it's because the players that lack a certain style of tech, are looked at in a certain way, like Ugarte. Like, I didn't realize Ugarte was so hated until I saw the post and all the comments, get out of my club, this, that, and the other. And I was like, raw.
Crazy.
What's going on? Like, is it because the non-tech players, Garnacho, there's a list of them that are just, just do whatever it says, run seal type players, whatever it says, whatever it does on the tin or whatever that line is. That same tagline, those players are always spoken about, and they're not given the leeway or freedom or if he gets this, or he's a type of player that needs this, and then this happens. I just find that interesting. That's all. But it's not.
You're right.
I don't think he's wrong about that. I don't think you're wrong about that on the tech thing. I mean, people definitely disrespect players who are mostly like physical, who come across just like that. I mean, but the only thing I would state on that and the difference is like Ugarte is the highest volume tackler in Europe. He does one thing really, really, really exceptionally well. I don't know what Garnacho does exceptionally well at this point in time. Right now, it hasn't, like 3 years ago, I think he's the same player as he is now. That's part of the concern, where I don't know where he could be as a footballer. I don't know where
there with the 3 years ago he's the same player he is now, though. That's the part that I feel is where there's a conversation, because he's had to adapt to the manager, and it's been obviously he's had the attitude things. He's always had that. He's always, well, he believes in himself. He's a young player that really believes in himself, and he's going to try and take the game by the scruff of the neck, which is pretty cool and pretty brave and stuff. But then I think there's some things that we maybe don't attribute because it's not a direct football thing. I need my players to be brave. I need my players to try and take people on. I need my players to not worry about the mistakes and keep trying. Those are stuff for a youngster.
Do you need your players to finish the chances, though? Because he does miss a lot of chances, That
is what football's all about, right?
This is a counter argument, too, that a lot of people were saying in January, and I do think it's a bit of a fair one as well, was effectively that we kept looking at this a bit one-sided in January. That whole him flirting with Napoli and Chelsea, everyone looked at it like he was being pushed out by, I can't believe we're sort of shoving him out. And have we just scored, by the way? We might have just scored. James give the fist bump.
Might be a little bit ahead, but it looks
a little bit ahead. I can see it in all the comments there.
But But with the Garnacho thing, the suggestion was like, United are shoving him out because they need money. And a lot of people did bring up, well, maybe his representatives kind of did maybe sort of solicit the move possibly to Chelsea, or did kind of solicit the move to Napoli, going, maybe he wanted out, and maybe he saw the writing on the wall, a bit like we're discussing here with Kobbie and with Garnacho going, man, just playing 3-4-3. I don't know if he really sort of rates me that much. Maybe I'm going to jump instead of being pushed kind of situation there. And that has rubbed people the wrong way too, by sort of going, well, if you're not committed and you don't want to be here, then maybe you should go. And actually, maybe that is best for all parties, regardless of how good we think you are, is that if you don't want to be here and you're not committed to the project, then maybe you should go. But we don't really look at it like that often. We just see as the big bad Man United shoving a young player out the door, which might be the real.
And there are two sides.
We all accept Rashford going for the same reasons.
Yeah.
And kind of agree with it.
Can I just say, you're all right. I think you're all right. Owen's right in the sense he's balancing the argument, in the sense that, look, it could be on Garnacho just as much as it was on Manchester United. And then KG, I think you're right. We do disrespect him, but I think it's on the premise that at Manchester United, you need to be a superstar. We want superstars in every single position, a bit like Real Madrid. So the premise of what James is saying is that, look, we have someone that's clearly exceptional at something in Ugarte. Is this one of the best on the planet? Garnacho, he doesn't fit that criteria. Then you've got the balance argument of both sides that Owen's given, and then we do disrespect Garnacho. We just do, because for the fact that he's not a superstar in every single position, and that's what Manchester United want at their football club. So he's just and on top of that, KG, he doesn't fit. He just doesn't fit in this current system. So in this current timing, it's best for it to let him go and get someone else that better fits in the 30-man squad.
And with players like Cunha and everything available, obviously that does make things more exciting. But you are saying that this is a guy that we'd look at these stats, if it was another player that we wanted to bring in, and say he could be good for us. 9 goals, 8 assists. And I know the quick reaction is, we're 13th. But it's still, this is the output of what he's doing for his third season, and he has been rushed. I just think, I don't know, man. I don't know. Something about it bothers me a little bit. How we're looking at his progression.
But we do that, yeah, because I've said it quite a few times. I think we're so bad a team, yeah. Sometimes it's been very difficult to judge how good or how bad someone truly is. And then with the youngsters then as well, there's an added tax on that. So our youngsters that we've brought in, yeah, that have come through, it's a savior job. It ain't let's see how they develop and let's be patient and they can turn into it's this Rasmus Højlund kid. Obviously, loads of P's. Don't care how young he is. Don't care he only scored 9 goals at Atlanta. I need more from you. And listen, it comes with expectation. I get this. To everything I'm going to say, there's a level of expectation because you play for Man United. But to balance what you're saying, KG, is Garnacho, it's like he's been rushed. He's been pulled from pillar to post. He does play a lot of football really, really quickly. You're good enough. You're old enough. But at the same time, there's senior guys in them positions, nowhere to be seen. Marcus Rashford, Anthony, Jadon Sancho. And then this kid gets rushed. Same thing happened with Elanga. We're just rushing him into this thing. Then it becomes, you're not good. You're not that good, man. Move, man. Go to Forest. Go to Betis. You're just some Elche player. Don't. Do you know what I mean? Because you can't really get a true measure of how bad the player is or how good the player is because there's so much turmoil. And then you see flashes. And like you say, if you get them sorts of stats or them sorts of involvements, yeah, in this shocking, like really bad team, it must mean you got something. You got something. I don't care what anyone says. Yeah. Garnacho has something. Is that something the Ballon d'Or thing and he's going to end up at Real Madrid? I tell you what, you let him go, you're going to regret that. He's going to be flipping scoring 25 goals in La Liga. I don't know. But the kid has something. You don't do that at that age when you see.
Let's talk about the goal that he scored in big tournaments, not big tournaments. Like the goal, he's won us a cup.
Like, he's been a part. He's done stuff. He's done stuff. But I just think because of that improvement, then you flip it to the actual individual. Are you see like what James is saying? Are you seeing enough improvement in his attributes at a decent rate? And it gets frustrating, but then the whole system's changed. And that's the same with Kobbie.
Right? What's that? This is his best season in the Man United shirt, though, right?
I don't think so. Like I look at it, I get the goals and assists thing, but it's only 4 and 1 in the Premier League. I mean, 4 of those came in Barnsley against that Barnsley game. You know, like
he got 3 goals and 3 assists.
It was like those crazy stats in one game,
EFL
right?
Cup.
Yeah, in that cup. But it comes back to me like the money thing. Like, no, I like Garnacho, but if someone offers me 50 million, I'm gonna take it. Because I think you can get better for 50. I think you can do a lot more for 50.
Like you can buy now. You can buy ready-made now.
Yeah, like can you not say Mbeumo would be a better player in his team for that money right now today? Yeah. Would he give you more goals and more in the Premier League and more points and more wins? Yes, he would. Can you buy Cunha for near that price? It's tricky, What's that?
Someone sent me this thing of Cunha's. Apparently, he walks the most. The second, I saw something silly.
I got some
concerns on Cunha.
Yeah, I saw that one.
You know how beautiful that is?
That's not beautiful, Marcel. They walks the most. What did we do to Marcus Rashford when he was jogging around?
Remember jogging? No, Pogba used to top that stat too.
Yeah.
So
Messi walks the whole game.
We ain't signing Messi though, Marcel. Like, there's a bit of a difference. You know what I mean? Even if, to be honest, with this fan base, Marcel, even if Messi was walking, if Lionel Messi was walking at Manchester United, we'd be going, I don't care how good you are. We need work rate in this team. We'd be criticizing.
No, but so the stat has to be put into a little bit of context. The idea of walking most probably is him drifting between lines and him walking and scanning for space. So even within that stat, because I've seen him hurry about the pitch, I've seen Cunha be busy. So you get it. So he's not like to Messi's level, but the point I'm trying to make is Walker's on the football pitch in a busy, and especially you want polarity. So Bruno's running everywhere, and then you've got someone that drifts and finds space and sneaks into pockets, and so you need that. So in his team, because he runs that football team, Wolves Football Club, he's allowed to walk very peacefully into areas of the football pitch. It's different.
Animal's saying that the reason he never played at Atletico and they sold him because he ain't tracking back. Would it work for our manager? And will our Man United fan base allow it? You know, when we get mad at stuff and then after they keep talking, it's going to be revisionism. We sold this person for this Walker. You know what we're like. So we just have to be real. Like,
well, what about the evolution of the player though? What about why can't it be that the players learned from that? Why can't it be that the players humbled himself? Why can't it be the players played in the Premier League for the last 2 years and got good numbers and he's ready for that?
But what about those red cards? I mean, he's out here swinging on people every couple of games at this point. That's a little
James,
bit of
earlier on, I said, I'll be honest, I was like, nah, he's had 2 flashpoints this season.
Yeah,
last season, he didn't have any. Like, I want someone with a fire in the belly. Owen, you say we need bastards. We need
do,
some man,
but like I said,
you all like Roy Keane, don't you? You all like Roy Keane, don't you?
Marcel doesn't. A couple of seasons ago, Casemiro was like, he was getting red cards all the time, and he's not even really. I know Casemiro is wild in the tackle, you know, that kind of thing, but he was getting red cards all the time. I would worry.
But it also completely threw his form off too, right?
Yeah, exactly. And I feel like a Man United player is very easy to get kind of like stereotyped by refereries. You know what I mean?
Man,
and that does worry me. It does, because it'll become a thing.
He's had 2
I
red
think
cards.
he's right. I think he's right. I think he's right.
Bruno Fernandes earlier on the season got 2 red cards, and we were going, he's unreliable. We were calling Bruno Fernandes unreliable because he got sent off twice.
Not me.
Bro, we said Martial just didn't smile that much, and they said he's a sulky player. They don't know anything about him. They just decided 100%. Martial sulks, and they made up their minds about certain players. So we've seen this before. Let's not be surprised when somebody else comes in for 60 million. Because what we're saying, the whole thing about Rasmus Højlund is, well, he's 72 million. I expect more from a 72 million player. I don't know how much Garnacho was, but it was nowhere near 72 million. Probably bought him for
200 grand, isn't it?
Huh?
Not
even a million. Not even a.
What was it?
No, he was. Was
he like?
He was affordable.
Yeah, he was cheap. Yeah, he's got him in from Atletico as a kid.
But if you get an offer for 50 and you turn it down, then you are comparing him to a 50 million pound player in value.
That's true.
Because you're saying you're worth more than 50. Higher. Yeah, because then you're saying it's even higher than that. That's why I'm like,
yeah, I believe it's higher than that. I want Chelsea money. I want to do what Chelsea do.
Yeah, but people aren't stupid like us, though. They're not. We can't just because they did it try and. They're not. People ain't gonna fall for that shit. We're so dumb. We fell for that crap. That's how shit we are.
I mean, Kvaratskhelia went for 60 million pounds in January. Is he really worth as much as Kvaratskhelia at this point? Like, let's be real for a second, man. Let's be real for a second.
KG, you speak about Kobbie with the going rates. Give me what I'm worth and all that. You know what I'm saying?
How much was Mason Mount?
Yeah, but look, it's a disaster.
We can't judge it by what we would pay for players, because what
he was also a Champions League winner, Mason Mount. Champions League winner, Mason Mount.
He was a banker's 50 million.
How much did
he
was a go to Everton for?
50 million, Mason
I've seen
Mount.
things happening. Let's have it right. Nickerson to Everton, 50 mil. Is he 10 million less than Kvaratskhelia? Absolutely not.
What year was that, KG?
What are you talking about? I'm talking about. You know what? I find funny.
Of all the people to bring up as well, like, geez, Louise.
It's a fair statement to say selling a player for no, because I've thrown something out there and you're saying,
I didn't even hear it, KG. I'll rebuttal. I didn't hear
something out there, and then no, it's not you. I'm saying you throw something out there. You asked me a question. I said, well, this has happened. We've seen many players go for mad prices. We saw Everton, what they're asking for their player. They still want that. I'm hearing dibbling, even though it probably won't happen, but they're starting at 100 million only to
that
come
is
down.
crazy,
so
right? I mean, that is crazy.
Why is it Man United that's selling players that are effective, that help a team, that have won something, and they go for nothing, but players like maybe from the Man City Academy that's had 2 or 3 games going for much more? I don't understand that.
But don't we need to focus on fixing our team? Like, we can't really worry about that. You know what I mean? Like, what's out there, what other teams are doing. We got to fix our team. We got to fix our club.
I've been saying that the longest, James.
We'll fix our team. We're selling our players for the right money, is what I'm saying. If we sell our players for the right money, we could fix our team. If we're just taking 50 million, I don't know if that's right.
That's a lot of money. That 50 million for Garnacho. 50 million for Garnacho is, let's be honest, if you're getting that, you're doing well. I think if you're putting in 50 million for Garnacho,
I mean, that's not a little bit of money. That's a lot.
Yes, it's a substantial amount.
And in January, they were saying if it's a pure profit scenario, and I'm hardly a football finance expert, they were sort of saying like you effectively like treble that. You know what I mean? In terms of what you could spend almost straight away. They were saying like if you sell pure profit, that's like 150 million you can spend like right now on the books, and you go, bloody hell, it's a real lot of money. That's Man United summer. That is one player, funding the entire. Actually, War Kitty, KG.
Yeah. That's it. That is the walkie. El Captain has gifted 5 UV memberships. We'll get straight back to this. El Captain, so big up to you, El Captain 47. He also says, football teams aside, congrats to UV. Big up Flex, Owen, KG, Marcel, Josh Minute, and the team. Maybe we'll see KG's channel up there for the award as well. There's no maybes. Everyone's here to achieve. Collecting season 2 in a week. It's just what happens. When people just, work hard, enjoy their content, and keep consistent, rewards will come. Do you know what I mean? Flowers will come. It's that simple. Big up, man. You know what I'm saying? Big up to Travis as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
he's boxing man.
Yeah.
But
watch out! Hey, watch out! New series coming to BBC. Solid work. Yeah, man. West Indian family, fam. Rum punch. It's gonna be amazing. So
ting.
I would love it if
been listening since Real McCoy, mate.
KG's Reckless Sport got an SJA. That would be amazing if KG's Reckless Sport got an SJA, like content exclusive, and it was the compilation of how many times people have farted on his channel, which is a recent video, by the way, because there's like 4 or 5 examples.
What do we send? That's what I'm saying. I started laughing when he thought,
penalty.
What's happened?
United have given away a penalty, a really bad pass by the centre back there. Really, really bad. And then the keeper giving it away.
37th minute. That's a bad pass.
Yep. The first goal wasn't chalked up or nothing, was it? Because I haven't got no comments on that, and I don't know.
Yeah, no.
So the first goal don't count.
It's 1-1. It's 1-1. But they've just got a penalty.
United made a couple big mistakes for both goals, I think. For this penalty, I guess we'll see if it's a goal, but real bad.
It's definitely a penalty.
Big mistakes.
Yeah.
Nice.
El Caps also says Wagwan for the UV rebrand though. Listen, we're just here.
Doesn't exist.
Doesn't exist. Yeah.
I hope not. Otherwise, we've got to send these back. You know what I mean? It's a bit of an issue. Yeah.
Big up to you, El Caps. Been a member for 22 months, so you ask a valid question. The answer is don't care. Good thing we just good thing we just do our thing. That's it. We just do our thing and believe in what we're doing and get your rewards, literally. So you know what I mean? So it's all good. Just quickly, I wanted to bring up something. I just got it up here. Matheus Cunha this season, whole season, played 29 games. He has received 2 yellows. 2 yellows. I'm a bit behind. Hold on, wait a minute. Keeper looks small in the goal.
He just sent it into the corner flag.
Into row Z. No, I didn't lie about the score. It's 1-1. And then they got a penalty just now. Yeah.
They just missed though. Yeah.
Wow.
So it stays 1-1. He's completely missed the net with that kick. Like,
oh my days,
miles off of it.
Oh,
he's gone.
Oh no.
Anyway.
Our keeper's little as well, man.
Yeah.
The goal looked too big for him. Mad. He's tiny, man. Can't call him up. Don't think. You know what I mean? But yeah, sorry. He's out of all the. I'll tell you what. Like Owen's saying, he can't be trusted. He's getting. It's so bad. In the Premier League, he ain't even got a red card, and if that red card came in the FA Cup game, and he's picked up 2 yellows in the league. It's not. What are we talking about? There's no. It's only because he done a madness by taking off the man's glasses. It just looks crazy. Like, it's not really a disciplinary problem. He's got 2 yellows and 1 red. Like, all right.
That's how it starts, isn't it? You know what I mean? That's how the
he must have 2. He must have 2 reds,
bro.
But one came after the match, didn't it? It's not counted.
That's what I was going to say.
Because he definitely got a second one.
That was a ban. But in terms of the games, it's just the games played. 29, scored 15, assisted 4. He's got 2 yellow cards and 1 red card, and then obviously madness happened when he took the man's glasses. Paid a fine.
It's nothing, Fleck.
I know it's not
into this. This guy is tenacious. And that's what we want at the football club. And then he walks sometimes. And that's perfect when you got madness going around.
Freeze the game.
Yeah,
freeze the game. 100%. Walking
you.
sometimes is underrated. Sometimes you do have to walk.
You have to. It's compulsory in the game. You're going to see every single human on that pitch walk. It's part of the game, guys.
The non-humans playing.
Yeah, there's some aliens. There's some aliens on the pitch. Yes, there is, Owen.
Yes, there is.
I believe we go down the rabbit hole.
All right, just before we move on from Kobbie, and I want to talk about this Bruno piece. Owen, is Kobbie going to be a Man United player in August?
At the end of the window?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he will. I still say he'll sign a new contract. I do think a lot of it's overblown. I think this idea that, he's not going to sign a new deal, blah, blah, blah. Man United still got loads of time for it. I think that if someone did legitimately blow them out of the water and he told them, I want to leave, that's maybe a bit different, but I don't see him doing that. So I think he's going to stay and he's going to sign a new contract. I don't know how soon that contract will be. I think it might drag out for a bit, though. Yeah,
you said from the start, like, no, he's going to sign But what is funny, though, is Owen from the first time this ever happened, gave it the whole, but it's a signing contract. It's a signing contract.
Yeah.
Flex. Yeah. And then it's like, the stories are getting a little bit more. There's a lot more going on now, Owen. And he's still saying,
well, look, you know what I mean? I think that I look towards my idol and I think I should be more measured, as a fan. So, I look towards people on the chat. I
knew it was me.
Oh.
I knew it was me.
Yeah.
How do you know it was you?
Well, I just felt it. I don't know. I won so many awards. I just can feel it when it's happening now.
We're now.
I feel accolades coming. I can feel accolades coming.
Yes.
James, is Kobbie going to be a Man United player?
Yeah. I'm 100% with Owen on that one too. From everything I know, that he's just it's just a con. I mean, he's got 2 years as well. He'll stay. He'll sign a contract, and I think
what if the 70 arrives? What if
the 70 arrives and he hasn't signed a contract?
Yeah,
I think it fully depends if he says I want to take that move at that time.
Well, it won't depend on United going. Also, yeah, like 70, like no.
If he wants it, then yes. If he, then they'll keep him.
Do you think Amorim's having him then?
Yeah, I do. And I think obviously he's got to nail down a spot and all of that, but I don't think he's the type of player Amorim wants to lose. And I think it's a little bit overblown in terms of his not fitting and things like that, because I think he really can, given the right principles. And I think when United get better and better as well, he won't need to do so much of the things he's not good at. As United become a better team, I look at like Amorim really liked this guy Morita at Sporting, played next to the Yeoman there. He liked Matthias Nunes when he had him there next to Ugarte. I think Kobbie Mainoo can easily match or get better the traits of those players and do it, but I think it'll require United to become a better team, and have more of the ball, and then I think he'll fit. But yeah, I think he'll stay.
Yeah.
I think he'll stay.
Okay. KG, is he gonna stay?
I honestly don't know. I don't know, man. I know that feels like I'm on the fence, but I just don't understand this. I just don't understand this board yet. We need to see how they operate. We're still trying to learn what they're gonna do. We saw the mad window that we just had with letting go of Anthony, letting go of Rashi, not bringing anyone else in. Now, they're reckless. That feels like reckless decisions, and somehow Amorim's made it work, but we still trying to learn how they make their decisions. So it'll just be taking a shot like in the dark.
Yeah,
who knows? Yeah.
All right. Okay. Owen's on his way out because he's it's SmackDown time.
Double G. It's Raw. It's Raw. Road to WrestleMania. Raw. That's what it is. Yeah. Final out of the European tour. So I'll be live.
Owen's
yes.
Gone.
Yes.
Get
right.
that. Great.
Yeah, right.
Go and join him. Straight after. Go and get involved. Oh, yes, we hit the post. Go and get involved. It's Raw. Yes. If you're on it, go check out the wrestling. Big up Owen. Owen Wrestling 365.
Big up Owen.
Big up.
Hey, how glad are you lot that football's back? Like, seeing the press up, like,
bro, I can't.
So
wait.
long, man. So long.
I can't wait. And also, so what we're saying, like, just on that presser, Aiden Heaven, official confirmation that he'll play again this season. It's not that bad at all, which is brilliant news. Yoro back, Maguire back, Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw not back. We'll just say not back. Do you know what I mean? Mason Mount ready to go. I just don't get it.
They were slapping his head saying, "Welcome back, bro."
He's done that loads of times running through that thing.
He did that a month and a half ago, and then he was back injured again before he made it on the pitch.
And then he slapped his head again. This is mental.
He must just get concussion from running through that thing. That's what's keeping him out. That's what I think, bro.
Yeah.
Could be.
It's too much return slaps, bro. He's getting the concussion from the return in the thing, bro. Nah, man. What's going on? Gee, how could he still not be ready, bro? Nah, people are saying that the thingy one, the Mikel Antonio one's crazy.
Yeah.
It's in the big boy right off. Bro.
No, is Mikel back to play?
He's not back, yeah, but it's like it's just light. Come on the pitch, he's waved, bro. It's mad.
Now, if he touches grass before, if he plays a match before Luke Shaw, rip that guy's contract up. Rip it up. We have to. Bro, he was in a serious accident, you know. Not a normal one. No,
proper serious. Proper serious. There was a piece, which I can't read right now because he got subscribed, but there was a piece basically by Chris Wheeler about Bruno. Basically talking about his captaincy tenure, how he's done stuff behind the scenes recently to help a form of resurgence. He's been a real leader. He's paid for things himself. He's got the team together. His phone calls to the staff who lost their jobs. He's booked the team bonding sessions and sorted out the initiation songs to get us all going again. Basically just like showing the stuff he does behind the scenes. And it's like every time, like obviously again, he's the problem and we're not going anywhere with this guy, etc. Chris Wheeler's just done a really big piece to basically dispel like this myth that like his impact behind the scenes and how much he cares and how much he tries to do, as well as on the pitch delivering, is just like he just doesn't do it. But it's there. Do you know what I mean? Marcel, is that why people just got Bruno all wrong?
They always have for the longest amount of time now. Shout out Chris Wheeler because he's been saying something that I've been saying without knowing the background noise and the background parts of that. So you can just tell he loves the club. You can just tell that it means a lot to him, and he's got the next stage. Ten Hag told us this, by the way. The next stage of Bruno's development is to do with the captaincy, develop him better as a captain. That's the next stage of his development. Really, he's kind of maxed out as a footballer. But he will collect a Ballon d'Or at this football club once you get better footballers around him. It's really simple, He will become a Ballon d'Or winner at Manchester United and a Premier League winner at Manchester United for sure. Especially as you've got Ruben now, at the helm, that has that as the sole focus and the target for this club. So there's no doubt in my mind, Bruno's a fantastic player, and you can always see that.
Ballon d'Or's taking the piss.
Give me 2 seconds, KG. You can see, you could see that. You could see that. As from day one, from time he joined the club, and the way that he's been playing as a footballer for this football club. It's been really simple. Yes, he's had to adapt and change, and Ruben's been part of that. Ten Hag's been part of that, but Ruben's really been able to change his style and find a place for him in that midfield. As an 8 that does the madness. And for those that are saying he's 30, Modric got a Ballon d'Or at what age? Thank you very much. So it's very possible that Bruno can get a Ballon d'Or as well.
I hate to do this because I love, obviously everyone's take should be allowed to take place and stuff and happen. But then at times you got to ask certain questions. Haaland didn't win the Ballon d'Or, yeah? And they had a season of seasons. Do you think for Bruno to win the Ballon d'Or, yeah, because people hate United already, he has to go crazier than Salah's gone, yeah, and we have to win the Champions League for that to happen? Do you see that happening in the next 2 to 3 years?
I see as long as Bruno, I see as long as Bruno's at Manchester United Football Club, then he's still for every season that he plays at Manchester United Football Club, he's in the hat for a Ballon d'Or season. Like I just mentioned to you, KG, Modric has done that, but it does require a Champions League win also, and it doesn't require to win the Ballon d'Or before. Now Messi and Ronaldo have finally retired. 2 aliens, by the way. I know Owen's not here, but he was saying about aliens not being on the pitch. There's 2. But, when aliens are not partaking, you know, the requirements. Nedved, I believe, has won the Ballon d'Or, and there was people that bagged plenty more goals than him in that particular season. There's seasons in which there's bagsman that don't get the Ballon d'Or, basically, is what I'm trying to say. And it's somebody that produces artistry. And Bruno's definitely in that category that can produce artistry. Just requires world-class players around him.
But then I'm just saying that you have to. Champions League is how they judge it, right?
No, I said it. I said that, KG. Sorry to intercede, but I did say that. I said part of that criteria to win the Ballon d'Or, yes, would be the Champions League, and thus I'm also telling you then Bruno will win the Champions League at Manchester United Football Club. Yeah,
United. Wow. That's a big shout. That's a big shout. Lucas says, I remember KG called Bruno our Eric Cantona signing. Super Arch. Gone.
Now, I'm just going to say, we can see how important. I'm not saying I got to pull it back a bit. He's not Eric Cantona, but we can see how instrumental this man has been for Man United. And there's no more arguments about it. People are starting to wake up and realize, yes, he's playing in a bad situation, but he's key. Like, he's beyond key, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Super Arch says injuries as long as Shaw's needs some type of clause and or penalty for not being up to standards, which could lead to end of contract. 11 years of this, basically. How do you? Because you're just stuck with the player. You give him a new deal. That's it, mate. Done. You can't do nothing. Dio says disagree with Marcel's point, but props on polarity. So not agreeing with what you're saying though. Bruno's wicked, man. Like I'm not. He's just a wicked player. I don't care what anyone says. Like it's so polarizing. I'm just on what I'm on when it comes to Bruno. And if you're not on that, it's fine. I'm not going to argue with you. Bruno's a sick player. Yeah. That's it. Yeah. Full stop for me. Like, there's not really much else to. I'm tired of trying to break it down to people who don't think he's good, or tired of breaking it down of numbers, or tired of breaking it down of just cherry on the top, or if he wouldn't be in our team but was in a better. I'm tired. He's just a sick player. He's a sick player.
You know what? Have you noticed what happens though with Man United? And I think it's something about the club and how we're looked at and viewed. Right? All of a sudden, obviously Rashford's
a good player
again. No, yeah, cool. Rashford's a good player again, right? Because he doesn't play for us, right?
Yes,
all of a sudden, everyone can see his qualities, and he's always been.
Yeah, he's embarrassing Amorim. The mirror just.
Always been this guy, and always. But that's what happens, right? I feel a player can't wear the Man United kit, and then they will get judged accordingly. Simple as that. As soon as they wear the United kit, they'll be judged to a level that no one else is judged on. That's just the facts of it. Like, and you'll see it in loads of conversations say, well, that doesn't make sense. How you look at that player and you say, well, this player needs that, this, that, and the other, for him to judge him. He don't get that. He's just a terrible leader and he shouldn't be at Man United. But as soon as you're out, wow. All of a sudden.
Well, it's funny you say that, KG. It's funny you say that because earlier today, David Anderson in the Mirror, this opinion piece, said Marcus Rashford is embarrassing Ruben Amorim with Aston Villa form after Man United exile. Marcus Rashford's starring role in Villa's FA Cup win over Preston North End should have made uncomfortable viewing for Amorim. Of all the clangers Amorim has dropped during his short reign so far at United, letting Rashford join Villa on loan stands out as the biggest. Rashford has been reborn at Villa, and the striker has bagged 2 goals and 4 assists in 10 appearances to win back his England place. It goes on to say more, but that narrative, like you're saying, exists of like, Ruben, you effed this up. Like, you got egg on your face. Look how good he's doing at Villa. And last time I checked, Preston North End, listen, cool. Like, okay, he bagged a couple against Preston North End.
I just talked about Garnacho getting 4 against Barnsley. Like, it is what it is. Okay,
that will be spoken about when you don't want to use the fine tooth and check. Because we don't do that for other players. We just accept the goals they scored. We don't say if someone scored 5 or 6 against some minnow. We don't care. But the ones that we do care about, we'll let
you use it to help.
Hey. Those games, not having it. It's when Bruno scored all those goals and they said, "Oh, they're penalties though." So are they going to open play? Remember that. So there will always
they're just against the lower teams. So last time I checked, we needed someone to score.
You have to beat Kobbie Mainoo, make it to the final. That's the only time when fans are like, he's good.
Yeah.
You go into the final of England, it's like, you know what? I can't even lie no more. He's good. Okay, cool.
And now fast forward, we're all going, is he? Don't know. He was the answer to Kobbie Mainoo this time last year was the answer to everything. You know how mad that is?
Not me, boy.
Answer to England, answer to Man United. Before we wrap, Joe Fleming says, I know I'm late, but Kobbie should only go for 100 million plus. And Red Brown says, I understand where KG is coming from when he says he's measured, maybe not emotionally, but he has good mentality in supporting others. That's true. He has good mentality in supporting others. But yeah, not emotionally. Absolutely not. No. Big up KG, big up Marcel, big up James. Make sure you check out everyone's channels and socials, links in the video description below. Owen's live doing a watch along for Raw as well. So make sure you guys check that out. Red carpet over and out. Match day tomorrow as well. So yes, we'll be there. We'll be there. Yeah, exactly. Marcel, what are you saying?
April Fools, though.
I'm there.
Yeah, you in?
Yeah.
You in? Huh? All right. Marcel's on the match for you as well.
Wow.
There you go. There you go. There you go. All right. Cool. Laters. We out of here. Take care. Peace.